It's me again, the camera guy.
He wants to see your fancy new toy around a little bit here.
There you go.
Wow. So what are you making?
Parts per cylinder.
Okay. Yeah. So that's brand new?
This is what he's cranking out. These are pistons. So he's done the outside and the first side of them.
That's the gland?
That's the gland, yep. That's all the way done.
So is this for a custom ram?
Yeah, so this is actually for a customer over in Middleton. We make cylinders for, we've been making them for close to 20 years now. And we've been averaging about 25 a year of these cylinders. I don't have a complete one here right now where I'd show you, but they're a custom application. They're pretty complex.
So, how do you run this? Can I push some buttons or?
Let me flip your switch. You can push anything you want.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't even let me push buttons on it yet.
So, did you know how to run that?
Mostly. The equipment I was used to was older.
Oh, okay.
So it was a learning curve too. This is so much easier in a way, but
So, I'm gonna guess here, 200?
Oh no.
No? It'd come down.
Well, this is not a very big one either. All set up with all the options and stuff on it that you normally probably wouldn't do, or some people probably wouldn't do. Like we got a tailstock and some of that. 55, I think.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
I always wanted one of these. I was looking at used. Problem is, they're all three-phase, and I don't have three-phase.
well, this one they will do a 220 option.
Oh, really?
But you lose so much power, you know.
220 single phase?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, single. Okay. Yeah, because we have three-phase. See, our drawback here is we don't have 440.
Oh, you got the grocery store.
Yeah, we got 220 three-phase.
Yeah.
But a lot of this newer equipment.
208. What do they call it?
Yeah. A lot of this new
Soft
equipment's
three-phase.
440, 460.
Yeah.
So I'd have to either put in a step-up transformer and then
yeah. So that thing just goes and until you're done, you got to change the tool and then you go again. And
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, and then a thread set. Put the grooves in, everything. Ready?
Sure. It's amazing it knows where to, because all the lathes I ever rented, you cut threads, you waited for the number to come around.
On that first one, trying to get a great hair, it's got flying towards that shoulder.
So is it difficult to write all this programming to do this, or?
Not horrible. You just got to know what every one of these little, what the G's and the M's and all your coding stands for.
Good sized threads. Oh, that's 50 grand, I want one. So Andy builds some of these machines that drive pound guardrail in and stuff. He does all that. He's got a full machine shop. He can do anything and everything. Anyway, we got my rods all loaded up in the truck and I'm out of here. It's 2 o'clock, so it'll probably be about 6:30 before I get home. So anyway, I'm glad I found Andy. I'm glad Andy found me so I could come and find him. Mack truck. Where are you going, Mr. Bucket Truck? Anyway, this is where he is. Advantage Machine. 16050 Merchant Way, Nampa. All right, time to see if I can find my way out of here. So I went over yesterday, Wednesday, to Advantage Machine Hydraulics and got all my cylinder rods and visited with Andy. He took me to lunch, which was awesome. He's a great guy. He has some incredible capabilities at his shop now. He's got a CNC. They do a lot of custom stuff. If you need any kind of hydraulic work, that's the guy to call right there. He's very knowledgeable, extremely knowledgeable, and he's got a lot of fittings in that shop. Got a lot of chrome rod. They fix everything from backhoe buckets, excavator buckets. They build those trucks that I showed you that pound guardrail in. They just do all kinds of cool stuff. So I'm glad that Andy got a hold of me and let me know who he was. Anyway, it was I think about $5,500 to do those 6 rods, which I'm not complaining about one bit. I thought that was pretty reasonable. So I'm going to try to get these Dozer rods out, get them unloaded first. I got some extra pallets, and then get all this stuff put in the shop. And I've got to get the seal kits, and I'll have to get some new trunnions here. Those were all shot. They always are. They never get greased, so they don't last too long. If you're not greasing those every day, they just go to heck. Anyway, let's go find a forklift and get this out. Mr. Grit's out here and got a dog bone, a milk bone. He's thinking about eating it, licking it, or maybe burying it somewhere. He likes to bury it. So I just got done running a couple loads on the runway. They got 2 air tractors running out there, so they were wearing her down. So I run a couple light loads on it. So I went up to Industrial Metal. My neighbor's over here on that, and so what I figured is I gotta have 80 inches on each side of 3x3 tube. Then I gotta have 4 36-inch long legs to keep it from being on the ground on that drain plug. And then I gotta have 2 pieces 42 to go between. It'll probably go at the bottom to stiffen the legs. And then I've got enough plate around here. I'll cut some square plate to put on the top, put some holes in it so that I can attach it to the mount. But my crane, it's an 8005. I think that's rated for 8,500. Let's look and see what the tag says. I don't have my reading glasses on here. Huh. So, geez Louise. So right in here, yeah, it's only an 8,000. So basically straight up and down you could lift 8,000. No, you could lift 8,000 out to 60 degrees. I don't think it'd do it. All right, so check that out. Lots of silver anises. Those came right out. So those are just a 3/4 bolt. Those in the back are significantly bigger. So I'm guessing those are 1.5 inch, 7/8. I'm gonna have to do something with the alternator to get to that one. Either gotta take it off or something because I can't get to it. All right, I got the material I need to make an engine stand. These are the 80 inchers that'll go down the sides. And then I got 4 36-inch legs and 2 42-inch pieces to go between to give it some rigidity. Man, things are expensive. $486, about tipped over. Just can't buy anything reasonably priced anymore. Wow. That's messed up. Hope I'm not going to be putting a thread repair insert in there. Kind of looks like it. That's horrible. Okay, to get this one, we're going to have to go extension hole. Hope she'll turn her out. I got hornets. Keep buzzing around me. That one's horrible too. Junk. Both holes are probably dickered. Didn't want to see that. Really did not want to see that. All right, let's go to the other side. See if I can get those out. Those ones are down tight. These are going to be toughies. This one back here, I may have to get rid of these hoses to get on them. Kind of miserable. Oh, get on that one. It's this other one's going to be tough. Tough. Jeez, might not even get long enough to get on that one. Can't wait to see what these look like. Ooh, just as bad almost. Full of dirt at the bottom. Alright, now how do I get on that other one? There's no way I'm going to be putting a socket on that. I'm going to be taking these blown out Dozer hoses off. I bet money. And be using a wrench out the side here or something. That's miserable. Alright. So there's the blown hoses. Ones that squirted the manifold, about started her on fire. And there's that other bolt right there. I can't get the socket on it. I wonder if I can get a short chrome one on it. It just ain't gonna do it. So if I did start to come out, it'd jam the socket. Yummy. All right, so I think these hoses have got to go. They go, yeah, I think it's those two right there. I'll have to take off and fish them out of there. Yummy. So let me get a wrench. We'll start taking those off. I'm gonna take the steam cleaner, finish cleaning this up. Got the bolts out. I think I already told you that. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna get this out, because I'm gonna have to build some kind of a leveling bar up there. This is gonna be fun. Anyway, I'm gonna get it steamed off and start undoing things. Fuel lines. I gotta take these transmission cooler lines and stuff apart. Get the hydraulic pump undone, U-joint, all that fun stuff. So my goal today, Saturday, is to get all this stuff undone. So I got Mr. Griffey out here supervising me. I don't know where he went, but he's gonna start barking like crazy when I fire this up. Yep, here he comes. You ready to bark at it? Yeah. Got everything I think steamed up pretty good. Got all the fittings where the hoses hook on and everything cleaned up, so I can minimize the contamination. Things are looking better. I've cleaned up the junk around it, because I'm gonna once I get the engine out, I'm gonna have to figure out how to chain this ripper up. Put some pins in here and in the top, raise it up, chain it tight, and then I'll have to get the 88 or something over here, and I'm gonna have to get it turned around to get it in the shop. I want to push it in backwards, so this is to the back. Anyway, I was steaming. Found a knife I left out here, somebody gave me. I don't know, I must have left that on the tractor. A Smith & Wesson. Just kick my butt for disrespecting your gift. But I found it. So now comes the fun part, undoing all the little things, getting it ready to come out, and then figure out how in the world I'm gonna get it out. You got any ideas on what to make a spreader bar out of? I thought about a railroad rail upside down, so you could get a big burn some holes or drill some holes through it, so you could get a guy could poke some holes and get a big clevis in there, so he could adjust it so it'll pick it up even. That's gonna be the fun part. I know the 336 would do it if it was here, but it's out working, so that's more important. Anyway, when I get done with this, I hope I don't have to open that engine up. I knew I was gonna have to do the converter and the tranny, steering clutches, but I really don't want to get into that motor. I guess any bets on what happens when I get it in the shop, whether I tear it down. So I called Scott Ferreira, the guy that I bought it from, asked him if he knew the mechanic that worked on it. He said yes. He sent me his number, so I texted the guy to see what he knew about it. He hasn't responded yet. Hopefully he does, and hopefully he comes back with positive information. I know the water pump shaft is leaking, and that's because Cat makes up such soft shafts for those water pumps that the seal will burn a groove in them and nothing flat. I'm gonna have to call my buddy Brian and say, hey, I need that shaft. He's got a shaft he's been working on. So Brian, there's your notice. I need a shaft. If you need money to buy that special cutter to cut for that keyway, give me a call. I'll get her done. Alright, I'm gonna go in the house and make you a video so you have something to watch tonight, Saturday night. And then I'm gonna come back out and start tearing stuff apart.
And remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.